Okay, my name is Sandra Groton. I'm 61 years old, and I've fought with depression most of my life. Well, I suffered with depression even when I was young, but it got worse during puberty, and I was seen by a doctor then. It was thought that it would go away after puberty. I didn't really seek any help until I was older and my children had left home, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to be seen by anyone, so I put it off for quite some time until it got to a point I had to see a doctor for my problem. I can't function like a normal person. All I want to do is sleep. I don't want to deal with anything. I can't make decisions. Everything seems negative. I feel worthless. I didn't recognize it as a deep depression. I had several doctors tell me that I needed to see a psychiatrist because of physical problems I was having. They thought it would be a good idea, but I was a little negative about doing that. And then I mentioned it after having kind of a nervous breakdown at my doctor's office. I couldn't stop crying. She says, "Let's not deal with your pain. Let's deal with your depression first." And that was how I started taking antidepressants. The medication helped a lot, but I still had that rhythmic up and down, and the downs were pretty bad sometimes, even though I was taking my medication regularly. So I would still have a hard time dealing with the downs. And they would last a few days, and then things would get better again. But there was always the concern of me doing something really serious during those downs that were concerning. I found out about the treatment purely by accident. I had been seeing Dr. Shacker years ago and had lost my insurance, and I had to stop seeing him. We ran into a financial problem. And when I found out when I just got my insurance recently, he was on the list, I jumped at the opportunity to be able to see him again. But of course he was busy, so I saw Dr. Griffith. She was able to see me, and she mentioned the TMS, so I found out about it purely by accident. I was a little hesitant, but what really convinced me is my first visit I ran into an old friend that had referred me to Dr. Shacker. He's the one that got me seeing Dr. Shacker many years ago, and I ran into him in the parking lot, and I didn't even recognize him. And he had told me that he'd been through the TMS program, and I was shocked because I'd known him as, very shaky and kind of a quiet person, and he was very outgoing and very forthright. And he had told me that he had been off his meds for quite some time, and he was taking a lot of meds to deal with his depression. So I was really curious about what this TMS was. It's a little scary the first time because there could be side effects to the treatment too, that you might be one of those people that shouldn't get it. But I was a little concerned the first time, but I was pleasantly surprised it wasn't difficult at all. I think it's because it's accumulative. It takes a while. It takes a while to look back and then realize, whoa, I am a lot better. I do feel better. It probably towards the end of the treatments, because I was getting concerned that I would have all 30 treatments and it wouldn't be any better. But I realized, no, there was a big change. I seemed to have more control over my emotions, which was nice. I didn't give in to giving up really quickly, so I could see that. Life looked a little brighter. I can concentrate a lot better now. I can, when it comes to tasks at home, I can complete them. I don't forget what I was doing and go on to something else, which has been really nice. I've accomplished a lot more when it comes to taking care of my home. The treatment was fine. I really enjoyed it. It was enjoyable. I was afraid I was going to get addicted to it. It seems to go by very quickly. At the beginning, it seemed like it went on for a long time, but after a while, I was surprised, oh, we're done already. So it was very comfortable. Well, it's a nice idea that we have videos to watch, so it kind of distracts you from, from what's going on, and that helps a lot. But, I guess feeling more comfortable and relaxed while you're getting the treatment helps a lot, and that takes a few treatments before you get comfortable with the treatment because it's something different. The staff has been very kind, very nice, very thoughtful of your comfort at the time, and I like the fact that the lights are down a little bit to really relax you, to get you to relax. And after the first few treatments, you do relax. I remember the first few treatments, I would jump every time because it caught me off guard. But once you get used to the treatment and get relaxed, then you don't really have those side effects. Well, I've kind of done this already. I have a few friends that have been real concerned about why I was going to the doctor so much, so I told them that I was getting the treatment, and found out that I have friends that deal with depression too that are actually interested in looking into this program. I would definitely encourage anyone that's having trouble and the medications aren't working to definitely look into this. I'm convinced it's very helpful.